G'day my friends, Marty Ware here from martysgarden.com.au and the Marty's Garden Show with the lopsided hat. Ever since I put it in the wash, she just does whatever she wants. But I love me hat and I love getting out in the sunshine and I love gardening. And today we've got a super duper show for you today about why you should let some of your plants go to seed in your garden and find out the benefits, because usually we hold off for as long as we can. And I'm going to get into this video and talk about why we should let them go to seed and why we should let some not go to seed. Alright, let's get into it, shall we? Here you can see some beautiful sweet basil growing here, and this is the large leaf variety that they have hybridized. I don't normally get into hybridized plants, but this one, it's so beautiful and it makes great sauces and it's really good in salads as small leaves. And you can see I've let some of it go to flower. Now when the nice little white flowers are here, the pollinating insects come along. Now I picked that off at the top, so I just left a couple of flowers there. You can see there's some more here. And as these brown off, these stems, they will eventually contain, each one will contain a few seeds each. And then they will start to self-sow around the garden if you're in around the middle of summer, which is good because then it gives you nice new little fresh plants. And it also brings those pollinating insects in. And when the pollinating insects in, the predatory insects come in as well, and it creates this balance in the garden, which we need to have a healthy ecosystem to keep pests and disease down. This is a beautiful little plant, and it's called Society Garlic, and you can use the leaves, but the flowers are beautiful and edible. And if you can let them go to seed and collect them, but I usually eat these before they even get a chance to get to seed, because they taste just like garlic, as the name says, Society Garlic. And so they're pretty tough little plants, and if you don't mind something having it around the garden that you can use in lots of different ways and handle the heat, and yeah, like I said, pretty tough, great one to have. A great one to add to mixed salads, to add a little bit of adventure to your dinner plates. Ooh, the habanero chili. If you let them go red and ripe, you can collect the seed. Now remember, when you collect the seed from these guys, they are so hot, they've got a rating of around 5,000. Make sure you wear gloves, guys, when you collect the seed. Or just throw them somewhere into the garden and hopefully they'll regerminate in the next time it rains or when the weather warms up. So here is my bales patch. Now these are all made out of grass bales, and you can see here, this is one of my favorite plants. This is the Egyptian spinach. Now he's tried to bolt to seed for a little while there, and he's come back. He was going to actually go to seed because he was stressed out. So when plants get stressed out, they go to seed. But you can see there's nice little flowers all over this, and as we come into autumn, it'll be covered in little pods, and we might get across to if we can find one that's flowering here. Now this type of bedding, it's called a bales bedding. I had to just go through it with a fork then because the water's just coming off it, and it was just dribbling off. So I forked it and then give it some Marty's minerals, the rock minerals, and you can see right over here in the middle here, the purple basil is going to flower too. Now I want some of these plants to go to flower. The reason is because I need these pollinating insects to come in here to pollinate my rock melons. Yes, let's see if we can find one here somewhere. All right, here's one here, my friends. Now they grow to the size of a little football, and they're really super sweet and juicy. And when the time to pick them off is when the stem starts going a little bit brown, it twists off easy. If you leave it any longer than that, they'll rot. But they've got to have pollinating insects come in and pollinate the flowers, otherwise I will not end up with any fruit. So I let certain ones go to seed. Now you can see here we can try and trap some little flies in here. There's some little flies and insects cruising around in here as we speak, pollinating and getting in there and grabbing some. You can see a few different types of bees, even the ants get in there and pollinate. And this basil, and then inside here you can see this is all lettuce going to seed, and that will spread throughout this garden here and produce new little lettuce seedlings, and I'll come through and grab little wild lettuces. So, you know, to get the food production going down really well, you need to have these pollinating insects. So there you have it, my friends. The reason why you should let some of your plants go to seed, not only to self-sow, but to bring in those predatory insects that will actually hunt on other insects that will be devouring your plants, such as scale and aphid and different things, sucking insects and things like that. You'll get bugs come in like the assassin beetle, the ladybug, and all those different ones that love to feed on insects that are coming in. You create this healthy balance. And then the bees are coming in, the native Australian bees in Australia come in, and little wasps and all different types of things, and start pollinating these flowers. And yeah, as you've seen, I've got little rock melons going now. We've been harvesting after 6 weeks of just getting those. Now, I am actually bioactivating that area with my worm castings, and also making my own worm tea from the worm castings and from the little bags that you've seen, the mineral compost tea pods. Now, if you want to learn more about worm farming, because it's probably one of the best ways to create your own fresh fertilizer and build the microbial balance in your soil, go over to martysgarden.com.au, and I've got a ebook over there, and it's an intensive on worm farming, but very simple to understand, and you can just use it as like a little guidebook to go through as you needed. As I said, it's an ebook, and you can find it over at martysgarden.com.au. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye now. We've gone on, and hopefully you've got some cool tips out of that. Remember to keep your plants flowering. Choose which ones you don't want to have flowering. Pick them off if they do, and don't pick the ones that you want to flower to get those insects in. All right, have a great day. Happy gardening, and we'll see you at the next video real soon. Bye for now.